Is the NFL stepping up its crackdown on player conduct? Today, we're diving into the latest news surrounding one of our beloved 49ers linebackers who just got hit with a hefty fine for a questionable hit during last week's game. But that's not all. There's also buzz about a potential fine for a star player who made headlines with a controversial accessory after the victory. Stick around to find out how these developments could impact our team and what it all means for the 49ers season. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button to stay on top of every update. Well, 49ers fans, we've got some news from the NFL that we definitely need to unpack. Demetrius Flannigan-Fowles, our linebacker, just got hit with a $10,750 fine for unnecessary roughness during last week's game against the Dallas Cowboys. This came after he led with his helmet, a move that the league is cracking down on hard. Now, Flannigan-Fowles only played 18 snaps on special teams, but this penalty is a reminder of how closely the league is monitoring player safety. Interestingly, according to the NFL's penalty schedule, leading with the helmet can incur a hefty fine of $22,511. However, it seems that Flannigan-Fowles received a slightly lower fine because the NFL has a cap that prevents fines from exceeding 10% of a player's game check. So, while it's still a significant hit to his wallet, it could have been worse. Now, let's talk about Nick Bosa. We all know he's a star player, and there's some buzz about him potentially being fined as well. After the Cowboys game, he wore a MAGA hat during a live interview with NBC, which has sparked some controversy. Bosa didn't wear the hat during his post-game media session, but its appearance during an on-air interview has caught the NFL's attention. When asked about the hat in that media session, he chose to stay tight-lipped, saying, "I'm not going to talk about that, but I think it's an important moment." It seems the league is considering a fine for Bosa, likely around $11,255 for what they categorize as personal messages. Thankfully, reports indicate that the NFL isn't looking to suspend him, which is a relief for all of us who appreciate having Bosa on the field. So, what does all this mean for our beloved 49ers? Well, first off, it shows that the league is serious about player safety. But it also highlights the scrutiny players face, not just on the field but off of it as well. And while we want our players to express themselves, we also have to be mindful of the league's rules and the potential consequences that come with them. As fans, we're always walking a fine line between supporting our players and hoping they don't get into trouble that could affect our chances this season. You know, it's easy to get caught up in the excitement when we're winning, but these fines and penalties can have a real impact on the team's overall performance and morale. You believe this was the right decision? I, for one, am a bit divided. On one hand, I appreciate the league's commitment to safety, which is crucial in keeping the game as enjoyable as possible for everyone. But on the other hand, I can't help but feel that these fines, especially for something like a hat, can feel a bit excessive. I want to hear your thoughts on this. Do you think the NFL is being too heavy-handed, or is this just part of the game now? And speaking of the game, as we move forward, it's essential for our players to stay focused. Every game counts, and with the season heating up, we need all hands on deck. It's crucial that Bosa and Flannigan-Fowles keep their heads in the game because we all know the playoffs are on the horizon. So, what do you think about these fines? Are they justified in the name of safety, or do they hinder our players' ability to express themselves? I want to hear your opinions and frustrations in the comments below. Let's get a conversation going. And don't forget to hit that like button and share this video if you found it helpful. Subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with all the latest 49ers news and analysis. And remember, activate that notification bell so you won't miss any essential updates as we move through the season. Go Niners!